Not anymore. Okay, good morning.
Doug, 6 weeks from what we've heard, an accurate timetable for Nate's return.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you guys know I don't put timetables on it. Obviously, like I said after the game, it's not, it's not a season-ending thing. We'll get him back soon, so that's what we're excited about.
Doug, is there any change in the stance that you'll bring another quarterback in? I know after Thursday's game you said you're just going to stay with Cody and Clayton.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's really not a lot to be said about the quarterback position. We're very comfortable with the two we have. They're going to get a lot of work now in these next several weeks, obviously, in practice. And it's like any other position on our football team. If we see the need to add depth and value, we will. But at this time, we're confident with the guys we have and moving forward.
Does this change the way you need to construct the 53-man roster? Because if Nate's not back opening day, what would have been the third quarterback needs to be ready to go in if there's an injury.
I mean, those are all things we'll look at. We still got time. There's still 3 weeks of camp and until we have to make those decisions. But obviously, those are decisions when we get closer that we'll have to make.
The first three teams you play in the preseason are all sort of run-heavy teams. Some of the more run-heavy teams in the league. Was that by design when you made the schedule?
No. Try to get them all within a 100-mile radius of Philly, but can't do that either.
Doug, a lot of reps today for Carson in the first team. Is that because they didn't play much?
It's the plan. It was the plan today, just because they rested. Have had some rest now the last couple of days, and really wanted to put an emphasis on those guys getting more work as we begin to make a push towards the regular season.
I know you were asked, after the game Thursday night, if Nate's injury changes your plans for Carson as far as the preseason games are concerned. But is that something you're going to take into account now going forward?
Well, the goal was to get through today and get through this practice and go evaluate this practice, and I'll worry about tomorrow.
Lane is week to week. I know you're not putting time. Lane.
Lane Johnson.
Yeah. I know you're not putting timetables on anything, but do you expect him to be good for the regular season?
The anticipation is there. Yeah, I would expect him. If I know Lane, he's not going to want to miss that game.
With your tight, I don't know if you could ask this, but your tight ends, it looks like you're a little short now for the time being. Do you have enough to run practices and go in preseason games?
Yeah, we do. Again, it's the three guys that are working, and really four guys. Zach got a ton of reps today, and he's pushing with the first unit, and we got to make sure that he's ready to go. So we give him enough stuff, and then you got Perks out there, Will Ty, and then Alex. I mean, these guys are getting valuable reps. This is a great opportunity for these young guys right now to really kind of hone in on their skill and ability and what they know with our offense and really get time moving forward in these games.
We looked at the tape from Thursday.
Yes.
How did Jordan Mailata look to you? How do you think he played?
He did some good things. We were pleased with his performance. It wasn't perfect. There were one or two there, just a little mental there, but overall, I felt like he came out with an eagerness, with an aggressiveness, and really showed the type of player that I think he's capable and what we've seen in him, and it came out in the game.
What about Andre Dillard?
Andre did the same way. He's put in a lot of work. Obviously, he got to start. Did some really good things. We obviously know he can pass, protect, but for us it was about the run game and how well he could maneuver in the run game, and he did a good job.
Did anybody else flash that you may not have noticed during the game?
I think I mentioned after the game, Deshaun Hall was one that as the game progressed, he really began to push the pocket and get around the quarterback and be disruptive. He did a really nice job. I thought just for the short period of time that Razul and Sidney were in the game, I thought both of them, played well. Very vanilla on defense, obviously. So just a chance to see them execute. Even Sendejo, who chance to start, get out there, get his feet wet. 11, 12 snaps, I think total. Did a nice job for us too. So those are some guys that really kind of stood out. Some of the newer guys that we've had here in the last either this year or last year.
You obviously have a lot of say over the QBs that come into the building. What made you want to bring Cody in, and were you looking for someone with that profile who had starting experience?
Well, anytime you can add depth and value and bring in that competition, we're going to do it. We've talked about it a lot with every position. Quarterback is not exempt. someone that could come in and push Nate a little bit, because Clayton's obviously a rookie and probably not going to get as much, as many reps in practice as like Cody and Nate would get. So, we're always looking to do that, and it makes everybody better. And Cody has played games. He started games in this league. He's a guy that's got great toughness, as we saw the other night, and has really embraced the offense, and he's in a good position.
Is that what you wanted from the fourth quarterback after you had those three, was the starting experience? Because you've had more undrafted guys in the past.
Yeah, because the guys you end up, signing, the free agent type guys have usually had a couple games under their belt in the NFL. They've started some games and they've got some experience, but it does, it helps you when you got a guy that's played.
I guess this is kind of a timetable question, but any sense when Cox and Barnett might be back practicing?
They're getting close. They're still working through some individual, doing some drill work that way, but again, it's close.
How much does Nate Sudfeld's injury affect your ability to evaluate him going into the season? I know you wanted him to play a lot in this preseason.
Yeah, obviously, we were grateful that he got the time he got in the game the other night. I thought he did some great things, showed great poise, made some great throws. There were a few things that we saw on film. We were able to, we're able to coach them up this afternoon when we watched the tape with the players. But felt good. It is unfortunate, that he got injured. He will, going to miss the rest of training camp, obviously. But this is a great opportunity for both Cody and Clayton to really embrace now the opportunity that they have in front of them.
Do you like how Clayton responds to when he maybe makes a bad throw or makes a mistake, like how he bounces back the next time he's out?
That's just what you got to do. Short-term memory, especially at the quarterback position. For me the other night too, it was about showing confidence in him and putting it right back in his hands, and throw the ball some more. So I thought he did a nice job that way.
Doug, you mentioned Nate and the reps and not being able to get it. Have you learned enough at this point that when he is healthy, when it's week 2, week 3, that you're comfortable with him as the back?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously we can go back and kind of look what he did last year a little bit in some of the games. Obviously the preseason game. Is it something that would you like more time? Yeah, you would like to get another game or two, to see him in a little more action. But what he's proven to us in practice the last couple of years, what he's done out here, what he did in the game the other night. Again, he was smart with the football, made great decisions, threw the ball with accuracy, and those are all things you look for in the backup. So he did a nice job in so kind of solidifying that spot.
Are there any plans to get big V some snaps at right tackle now that Lane might be out week to week or something like that?
Yeah, we know Big V's can play tackle. We know he can play guard now. We definitely wanted to see him at guard the other night. The other one is Pryor. Pryor's another guy that we can move inside and outside, and he played tackle the other night too. So we got some versatility there. And so we're going to continue to watch that and try to get them. So I think one thing Stout does is manages those guys and puts them in the position, to coach them up and get them on tape so that we can have a little more versatility at that spot.
Do you feel like you've seen enough of Sanders? He only played 6 snaps in the first game. Or are you wanting to see a little more of the rookie?
Well, he gets a ton of reps out here. This is the thing is a game rep, yeah, okay, but if you watch practice today, this is a game. We're not tackling to the ground, but from a contact standpoint, from reading the hole, from burst, acceleration, these are game-like practices. So what he's shown out here, has proven to us that he's very capable of doing that. He'll get more time as we go. We got a lot of backs right now, so we're trying to get everybody equal time, especially early. But he's done a nice job.
There was the one sack with Miles where he was pass protecting. There were 2 blitzers, and he took one of them. Was that the right decision?
It was the right decision. The thing about it was the tackle spiked on V. Had V anticipated the backer, he would have picked up one because Miles was in the right spot. He was going to the right guy, but ended up taking the most inside defender. So really between he and V, they were on the right spot. They were just a little bit late in recognizing what was happening, but he was in the right spot. It was a really good pickup by Miles.
Does that have to be communication?
It's a faith deal. They just got to trust. They got to trust that they're going to get that done. There's no call because it happens at the snap. But V saw it, but he saw it late and got edged, and Miles was in the right spot. So those are things we work on in practice. We'll show him the tape, and we'll make that correction. All right, thanks.
Thanks, Doug.